I've been meaning to pile on to the flightless bird situation that unfolded last week. Specifically, I wanted to talk about error management theory. In the comments, I saw that many people said they needed to work on their discernment, that they were way too gullible, that they were kind of getting an ick, but they decided to trust her. Knowing about error management theory in this context can help you not be so hard on yourself. What is error management theory? It's a theory from evolutionary psychology that explains how humans have evolved to make decisions under uncertainty, especially when the costs of making errors are not symmetric. We are way more likely to commit false positives, aka type 1 errors. That is, we perceive a threat or a risk when there is none. Good example would be when you take a walk in the woods, you see a stick and you assume it's a snake, but it turns out to be just a stick. We are more likely to commit this error than a type 2 error or a false negative. Let's say we are taking a walk, we see a snake and we think, oh, maybe that's just a stick, let me poke it. Here, a false negative is more costly than a false positive. I think it's plausible that we also commit these errors when we see other people experiencing hardship, especially if that hardship relates in some way to their children, their reproduction, their survival. With flightless bird, we're committing a false positive because we assume that this person is indeed in hardship when they're not genuinely in need, compared to committing a false negative, aka assuming that this person is not really in need, but then it turns out that they actually are. The primary cost of committing a false positive is a misallocation of resources. Time spent worrying, extending emotional resources, and while these are very valid, the cost of committing a false negative is even more severe. We can play out a scenario in which a person turns out to be in genuine need, we don't take it seriously. That could be costly. All of this to say is that you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. Your brain in many ways is wired to commit these errors, to extend the benefit of the doubt, especially in certain situations like this one. The more you know.